Path of Night, Brine and Blood is an actual play Hunter the Reckoning podcast set in the world of darkness. We're all friends, we're here to have fun, but our story can include graphic violence, drug use, sexual content, and other mature themes. Content warnings can be found in the show notes. We talk at our table about safety, comfort, and consent both as players and storytellers. We know what to expect, we're all excited to be here, and we want you to feel the same, so listener discretion is advised. Now, let's take back the night.
How heavy the days are. There's not a fire that can warm me, not a sun to laugh with me, everything bare. Everything cold and merciless, and even the beloved, clear stars look desolately down, since I learned in my heart that love can die. How Heavy the Days by Hermann Hesse. Last time on Brine and Blood. Pheia was called back into work after her replacement, Gary, failed to show up. Worried, Pheia discovered Gary in the dark at home, acting out of character, sporting a fever and a suspicious rash. Meanwhile, after a worrying call from Andrea about Griggs' reappearance, Dallas and Nat traveled to her apartment to check in on the worried woman and her infant daughter. When Griggs arrived with a rifle to take misguided vengeance on his innocent family, the imbued discovered that he was dead. A rot, a dangerous walking dead man driven by impulse and anger. Nat and Dallas talked Griggs down for the moment, driving away with the rot to take care of him. Dallas, Nat, you are driving in the car with Griggs at this point just kind of quietly with you.
Nat is in the back seat, and I believe Dallas is driving, and that Griggs is in the passenger. Where did we end up putting the gun?
I think you have it.
I think I have it?
Yeah.
At this point, Griggs is mostly quiet, just kind of looking out the window as you guys are driving. Then eventually goes, "So where are we going?"
We're gonna meet up with some people. Hopefully. If they have the time.
People you think could help?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll make the call. And Nat pulls out her cell phone.
Ever since that bullshit that went down out on the site, I've found some people that can help with all this shit.
We're like shock monsters and guys like me?
Something like that.
Especially guys like you.
Damn, man, that's a coincidence.
I don't think it is, but I'm glad that has happened.
You think I should put you on the list too? You think it's a coincidence? He like kinda awkwardly chuckles and then realizes that means he was joking about putting you on a list of people to kill and was like, oops, and looks as uncomfortable as Griggs can look.
Well, think about what you just said. I'm gonna make a phone call. And Nat, who is sitting kind of like side saddle so that she can keep an eye on Griggs and kind of balance the gun in her lap, kind of leaning back into the window, she makes that call.
You know, Griggs, the company wants to talk to me about doing the deep compression diving.
Jesus, you think you're gonna take it? You
I don't know.
Like you were trying to convince me to do the underwater stuff?
I mean, I was thinking that I wanted the money originally, but now I don't trust these bastards as far as those guys are fucking evil, man.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. What guys? What were we talking about? While you were talking about those guys are fucking evil, man, Griggs was looking out the window, and it was almost like he wasn't listening. Like,
Yeah.
you catch somebody with headphones on, listening to something else, and they're like, oh, wait, what?
Nothing. I wasn't. I'm just musing. What were you thinking about?
Huh? Oh. Nothing. Don't worry about it. So, these friends of yours, who's, you know them good? You trust them?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I get one of those feelings, you know, that like you ever meet somebody and you're like they're on the same page.
Thought I did, yeah.
You thought you did.
Yeah, you know. But then you start to question yourself, you know. Death kind of changes your perspective. You know what I mean? Makes you start rethinking the things that you thought you know. I mean, hell, up until a couple of days ago or whenever, I would have told you death was the end. But guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's going on?
Dallas and I, we've got company and it could get pretty dangerous.
Alright. Unusual?
Yeah.
Any idea what?
Oh, for sure. He's definitely a rot. We'll see if we can help out.
Griggs hears you use the word rot, looks back over her shoulder at you like, fuck do you mean rot?
Nat, who is very prone to not lie, just looks at him right in the face, raises her eyebrows, and he, hasn't started decomposing yet.
He is not.
And kind of, tilts her head with, an apologetic look and, acknowledges, that he's checking himself. As in, yeah, that's a sensible reaction.
He looks from Nat over to Dallas. Am I gonna start rotting?
I don't know, man. You're dead. I don't think that means that you stay fresh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Great. Text me the address.
Will do. And come ready. We're trying to help, but, you know.
I picked up all our friends. We should be on our way.
Got it. And Nat hangs up and texts where they're going. Hey, where are we headed?
We're just thinking to ride out to one of the swamps in Rhode Island.
What's that about?
Just a nice place to go talk about our options.
Did I ever tell you my dad was a cranberry farmer?
Really?
You know what a big problem is during harvest season?
All the spiders?
Wolf spiders, yeah. Fucking wolf spiders. I've never liked spiders.
The ones that can swim are the fucking worst.
They're fucking awful, and they're all coming in, and you're wearing the waders up to your fucking nipples, but it don't matter because that's the dry part, so they all try and get into your fucking waders.
Ugh.
Spiders are pretty cool, actually.
No, they're fucking gross and awful, and you're wrong.
As it turns out, you might want for us to like things that people don't normally like.
No, I think we're in agreement.
No, spiders are gross and wrong and unnatural.
I like you so far, but you're wrong. 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
Well, when we meet an insect monster, I'll be the one to handle it.
Insect monsters, is that a fucking thing?
Nat, grins with her teeth and, settles back into her seat.
There's a giant spider monster out there. You fucking take that gun that you stole from me and you blow my brains out.
We already established there's wolf. There's spider monsters out there called wolf spiders.
See? You smart guy, Dallas.
There's more out there than you know. And more ways to navigate it.
Not for fucking bug monsters.
You want someone to say that about you?
Are you trying to help?
Not for fucking bug monsters.
Am I trying to help?
I'm not a fucking bug monster.
We none of us needed to think about anything bigger than a wolf spider. Thank you.
It's fucked up. You're fucked up. That's coming from me.
Nat just shakes her head. She's grinning, that same grin, but she can see there's no winning here.
Griggs like shivers, thinking about probably wolf spiders or something, and then gets that sort of far away, like I'm listening to the radio look, and just looks out the window kind of pensively as you guys drive. John, Todd, Pheia. Pheia, John picked you up. Well, blessed headache, I should say, picked you up after your phone call. Todd, he had also come to get you from the hospital, and then after the phone call from Nat, you stopped and picked up some stuff.
Yeah, I have a go bag for like general gear for like a job, but I wanted a few extra things going forward just in case we get jumped again by weird tentacle monsters.
So let me ask you a question. Where is your go bag kept?
So I have a stronghold and an arsenal that I maintain from my early days when I was getting fraternity help and things like that. I'm on my own now, but I was set up then to be ready to do the work and have everything I need in order to do it. I keep a go bag at my old like kind of family cottage. No one goes there anymore, and it just sort of rots. But it's a place that I can store something if I really, really need to, like if I've been on the run or what have you. So I'm actually thinking that in case I'm being watched, because I was hit pretty specifically.
You were.
I'm going to go there. I've got a bag. It's got some pretty basic things, flares, road flares, sap gloves, snacks, tools. The snacks are probably old, so I'm going to just kind of ditch those. But the big things that I'm going to grab are a fire axe, knives, a stake, and a shotgun.
Pheia, like, she stays quiet about the whole affair. She's also just generally, she's only ever really had to talk to monsters unless they respond badly. But then she's usually knocked and incapacitated pretty quickly.
Do you know how to use a gun?
No.
Okay, well, we're definitely not giving you one then.
No. Please don't.
Anything you do know how to do? Rots are unpredictable at best.
Nothing from a distance.
Okay.
Like, I can... Like, most of my combat skill comes from filleting meat. Or hitting, like, flaming hot iron.
Okay.
I can technically tie knots really well.
Great.
And I don't know how useful that's going to be in a combat situation, but...
As we approach this, you just stay out of Todd's way for the most part.
That was going to be my plan,
Okay,
but, like, I can...
Just giving you a heads up. He's usually the go-to person on that. If you see something or that, just make it known. But just keep out of the rot's general, I don't know, distance, 15, 20 feet at least.
All right, so we're not going to try and talk to him?
I generally don't.
Because that's usually step one, because you can always kill them later if they...
Rots are smart, and it can be smart.
Yeah, that's why you should try talking to them first.
I mean, sinister smart.
But you can save yourself a fight if they recognize that they themselves are sick, and this is only going to go one way.
No, that's not usually how it goes.
I know it's not usually how it goes, but it has gone that way.
I don't know enough to say that it hasn't, but never in my experience.
I've talked to others of my creed who've been able to...
Yes, I'm sure. And they've been on this for a while and been doing this for a while. Unless you have a specific set of things that you can do.
I talk to them, and if I can't talk to them, then you guys can whoop ass. But I can't talk to them if you guys whoop ass first.
What are you going to convince them to do?
Let us help them end it.
Yeah, that seems extremely dangerous.
I don't think there's a single part of this that's not dangerous, my dude.
Todd hops in. All right, let's kick his ass.
Why are we jumping right to ass kicking?
What is a...
It's a rot.
It's a rot.
But it was still a person.
Right, but they're prone to freaking out and ripping people's limbs off.
Yes, I understand.
So I'm going to take every advantage we got, kick his ass before he knows he's in a fight.
That's what I was meaning.
Okay, but maybe what if we tell him first?
Then we would not be taking advantage of the fact that he doesn't know we're going to kick his ass.
Okay, so then get into position while I'm talking to him and convincing him that the best course of action is for us to end his suffering first.
When I point a shotgun at him, he's not going to want to talk.
I know, that's why you let me talk to him first.
But you just suggested I get into position.
Yeah, where he can't see you.
Look, there are times and places to speak to these creatures. Rots are not one of them.
Look, I'm not sure what you guys think that I'm going to say about this. I've made my piece known. I can't do what the hunt needs if you guys jump right to your piece first.
I think there are times and places for other parts of this hunt, but I've dealt a lot with rots, and it is not suggested.
I'll cut you a deal. You talk when and how you got to talk. But in the event this person is a clear and present danger, I am putting them down.
That's more than fair.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't put him down if he's actively trying to murder face us.
I'm just saying you're already asking for us to take a pretty big risk. I hope you see that and respect it.
Very much so.
All right, let's do this.
Roger that.
Dallas, Nat, you are just hanging out at this out-of-the-way, marshy area in northern Rhode Island. Rhode Island's a small state. You're not that far from anything, but you're far enough. And you hear the approach of tires as John, Blessed Headache's car rolls down the old, shitty dirt road that leads to, I don't know, maybe this was a campground at some point, or a state park that got defunded. The truck rolls in. The three of you in the car see Nat and Dallas and some third guy who just is sitting there kind of looking off into the marsh and the reeds. Mosquitoes are bothering the hell out of both Dallas and Nat, and are not touching the other guy.
Dallas lights up a Morley light and offers one to Griggs.
He takes it sort of unconsciously and starts smoking, and looks over his shoulder at the car as it rolls to a stop. Is that them?
That should be the rest of us. Maybe they got something for you. Something that could actually help.
Dallas, you recognize two of the people in the car, and the third one is somebody you haven't met.
Despite that, he nods along. Yeah, those are my friends.
So how do we do this? How are they going to help?
Well, let's get them over here first. We can kind of figure out what the best plan of action is. They're a little bit more experienced than I am in these things.
Let's talk through options. One of them, she might know a clear route, or at least where to start for it.
Ultimately, I just wanted to make sure you were in a place away from your family to make sure they were safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, you never did say. How'd you know to come over earlier?
Your fiance gave me a call.
Where'd she get your number?
That's a great question, man. I don't know. You have my number.
That's true.
In your Rolodex or something like that?
I don't got one of those. I just got a notebook by the phone.
Nat opens one of the doors and slides out, approaching the other car.
I mean, she noticed definitely that you were acting weird, man. I was surprised because I thought you died that night.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess...
you were right.
Yeah.
Choking to death in that fucking sink.
He reaches out and kind of like pushes Griggs' head to the side to like look at his neck better.
Looks, other than the fact that you know this guy's dead, there are no gills there.
Because you definitely grew gills that night.
Oh, I remember. A lot of that shit's a blur, but I remember that part.
You remember them going away?
No, he's fucking dead.
Well, you know.
Nat knocks on one of the windows.
Opens the door and starts getting out. What are we dealing with here?
So, situation is, that's Griggs. He's Dallas's coworker. He died recently. Probably connected to things that are relevant to us. There's a lot more detail there. But just a reminder. And with that reminder, Nat is turning to address, like, quote-unquote, the car at large. It's probably mostly for Pheia. Rots are very reactive. I've heard that maybe there's a way forward for them. I don't know if that's true. But what we do know is that they're dangerous. Gotta approach this with caution.
This is Todd. I trust Todd in almost all of these situations.
He gives a curt nod and gets out of the car. Heads to the back.
Todd, you okay? You're, You know what? I'm not.
Okay.
That's Dallas over there. I point out which one it is.
New guy?
New guy.
Oh, by the way, while I'm over here, do anyone here know how to use this? She offers forward the rifle.
John will take a look and quickly unzip it and check it over.
As that happens, Griggs looks at these new people, looks at Dallas for a second and goes, "Hey, I want that back. I spent good money for that."
Don't worry, it's not going anywhere, man.
Great, thanks, man.
You can get it back if you can prove you're not going to hurt nobody.
No, the fuck you can't. Absolutely not. You're not fighting a rot with a fucking gun.
You see Dallas kind of like wave at like he's got this talking to him. Griggs, what exactly do you want, man?
Fuck if I know. I want to not be dead.
Well, I don't think we can fix that.
I don't know, I got these feelings, you know, like these things. I want my family to be okay.
I can help with that.
You know, I took that job to take care of them. And they fucking killed me.
I can help with making sure they're okay and taken care of.
Yeah, I bet you fucking could.
He gives him a look when he snaps at him like that.
I'm sorry, man. I mean to snap like that. It's just, you know, tough being dead.
At the outburst, Nat looks at Todd and says, "That's where the if does a lot of heavy lifting."
So Pheia is going to walk over. She's not going to get within arm's reach of him. She might keep 2 arm's reaches back from him. "Hey, I'm Pheia. I understand you're having a pretty rough night. I just want to talk to you about a few things, okay?"
What are you, like a therapist or something?
Kinda.
Kinda, okay.
And she's going to attempt to use outreach, which is a redeemer edge.
Okay.
Basically, the goal is to seem non-threatening, to seem willing to converse.
When you use an edge, as a reminder, you may bid conviction. You may only bid conviction on an edge once per scene. Each point that you bid is an extra D10 that you get to roll. If you succeed on the roll, you gain back everything that you bid, plus 1. If you fail the roll, you lose everything that you bid, to a maximum conviction of 10. You may not spend willpower on edge rolls.
Okay.
Because they are truly just based on your conviction and your dedication to the hunt and connection to the messengers. Willpower is for mortal endeavors. Conviction is for edges.
Okay. So, hypothetically, if I wanted to spend 1 conviction to buff this, and I succeeded, and I have 3 currently.
You would go up to 4.
I would go up to 4. Okay. I'm going to risk 1 conviction I have 6 successes.
Would you read me the mechanics of your edge, please?
1 success allows your character to come across as harmless, although still perhaps mildly suspicious, for the remainder of the scene. 3 or more successes make him seem like a reasonably pleasant or intriguing person for a human. The effect applies to a designated creature, not to all in your hunter's or your character's presence. That being is singled out by your hunter's approach and concentration. You have to tell the story which monster is addressed. The monster must be able to see your character and hear his voice from the edge for the edge to function. Your character need not necessarily be able to see or hear the creature he hopes to tame, as in the case of an invisible ghost or a creature in hiding. Demonstrating awareness of a monster's true nature or activating other edges does not particularly disturb the subject. Bear in mind, however, that although the monster might have no particular reason to harm your character, there's nothing stopping it from doing so. Psychotic or purely malevolent creatures aren't deterred from attacking your character.
That's what I thought.
Wary or paranoid creatures are not necessarily reassured at all, and a creature's goals are never altered. Furthermore, picking up a weapon, taking aggressive action, or attempting to touch an unconsenting subject all cancel the effects of this edge.
While she is getting closer to him and talking to him, I am maneuvering to put myself in a sight line so that I can see him and she's not blocking and Dallas isn't blocking. And I assume Todd is going to come from a different angle. And then I would like to use pinpoint at some point.
So let's do the roll now.
Okay.
And then we will continue on, and I will let you know when you see things, assuming that you do.
I am spending conviction on this. Would discerning apply to this?
Yes.
This is pinpoint, which means it'll give me my weakness and his lair. And that has 12 successes.
Okay, so he does not have 12 successes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have done a little better, but
I know.
How much conviction did you spend?
1.
Jesus Christ.
And my 10s blew up.
10. Save it for later.
I know. I can't.
I can't.
I can't.
Once ready, I'm going to open the back door for Tim's car, and I'm going to hang out by it, shotgun in hand, but keeping it kind of concealed behind the door so that in the event something starts, I am immediately moving to put this guy down.
Nat is going to move somewhat to Pheia's side. She's not approaching as, far up as Pheia is. Basically, her intention is to be able to maybe help, maybe talk, maybe yank Pheia out of the way.
To be very clear, Pheia is not getting within 2 arms reach of this guy.
But are you allowing me within 2 arms reach?
Yes.
All right.
I just want to make sure everyone understands I am not getting closer than that.
I understand.
I am seeking to be in reach of you.
If they do, I am immediately shooting this guy. We had an agreement. If I feel there's a problem, I am acting immediately. I am letting you know.
If someone gets within arm's reach of him?
That was my intention. Was that?
If someone gets within arm's reach of him?
If one of them gets within arm's reach of this guy.
You started there.
You started next to him.
I'm sitting next to him smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. While Blessed Headache does his thing, I'm going to kind of signal to him to kind of be, he's already moving to be flanked. But the reason I'm kind of making sure we're in tandem with each other is I'd actually like to make a tactics roll.
So this is how the hunt works. Let's do a bunch of preemptive rolls with Pheia's edge, discern, tactics, and then if shit hits the fan, we will be prepared. And then we will go into stuff.
I'm going to spend a point of willpower. 5 successes.
Think about how you want to distribute those tactics.
I'm going to pass 3 dice of Blessed Headache, 2 for myself.
Okay.
He's the only one I've been able to really communicate a plan to.
Makes sense. Pheia.
Mm-hmm.
At first, that edge, that just ever so slight edge that keeps you at pace with the monsters around you, with the suffering beings around you, with the things in need of redemption, doesn't seem to have done anything as his eyes are locking, almost like they're going to look at Dallas with that outburst with just the bone-deep hate of oblivion. And he turns them on you when you talk. And then he kind of blinks a little bit. And he looks more human. If you didn't know any better, You would think he was.
Okay. So, I want to be able to talk to you as openly and honestly about your situation as possible. Because I think we can both agree what you're dealing with at the moment is some bullshit. Are we correct?
Oh, this is some, yeah. This is wicked bullshit.
Okay. My school of thought on the matter is that you're extremely sick. And I want to be able to help you.
I mean, I think I'm a little past sick here, Doc.
Yeah,
Chuckles.
that's the problem, is that we haven't figured out a way how to cure it, but more to the point, we haven't been able to stop it from getting worse.
Nat looks genuinely disappointed, and she kind of sneaks a glance over to Pheia. Not even one of your contacts?
I don't have that many.
Is that... It's getting worse. Rotting. This body's gonna rot, and I'm gonna...
That we have a lot of
get
disease.
gross and...
We have a lot of human diseases that are like that.
Yeah, and they kill people. What happens next?
The problem is that the things that rot first in this case are the things that make you you.
My face?
No. Past the face. Your mind, your personality. You've started to see some of that, right?
He doesn't say anything, but it is extremely clear to you that yes. For a second, he gets this sort of far-off look, like he's listening to a radio that you can't hear.
So, what we can do to help you in this circumstance, and this is not going to be easy to hear, and I will understand if you react badly. I won't hold it against you.
Is this like a don't get mad but situation? Because every time someone says don't get mad but, I get mad. That's not a recent thing. That's like a forever thing.
I think most of us have that reaction. So what I'm going to say is I'll understand if you get mad hearing this.
Okay.
If you want to stay like this and risk things getting worse, that is your choice.
Dallas actively stifles at that.
But it's going to get worse. And soon it won't be you making the choices anymore. Or we can help you end it as yourself.
Are you talking like suicide?
Yeah.
That's a sin.
According
My
to
mama
whom?
raised me like a Catholic boy. I don't want to go to fucking
Do you want last rites?
hell. I think it's a little past that.
Well, then don't worry. Then it's not suicide
So, like,
anymore.
you can't make me any better? There's no getting better from this? That's your expert advice? Is I can't get better?
No, I'm sorry.
As soon as she says no, I am going to prepare to yank her back.
His eyes snap at Dallas, and that, like, cloud of hate is back on his expression. So what the fuck was the point of this, then? Nothing? Just to get your jollies? Have your fucking friends look? You motherfucker?
The point was your wife could remember you as you were.
That's exactly what she... Remember me like I was. It's exactly what I fucking deserve.
Dallas pushes his shoulders to square off with him, and then jabs a finger in his chest and goes, "The point of this was to give you a fucking honest chance at things."
Honest chance? Like you've been honest with me? Fuck you! I need everybody to roll initiative.
Going on a 10.
11.
13.
Also a 10.
15.
Fuck yeah.
Dallas, you will be acting first. I know some of you have had prepared actions that will come into play as we are going forward here. The problem is sometimes rots are supernaturally fast.
Yep.
That being said, Dallas, you squared up, and with a 15, you are going first.
He jabs a finger in Griggs's chest and gives him a look like, "You're going to just listen to me, you little bitch." For the sake of your family, I should have probably killed you on your fucking porch. But you're gonna listen to me, you little shit. I took you out here so I can tell you the truth about what you are. And I'm gonna give you the choice to lay down and die with some dignity. A second time.
As you jab him in the chest and make that declaration, Garrett, I want you to activate balance. Roll me wits plus zeal.
As this is a new scene, I'm going to also risk some conviction.
Absolutely.
I'm going to risk 4 conviction on this.
Hell yes.
Jesus.
I should let you know, the difficulty of balance is equal to the target's stamina plus 2. Your difficulty is a 7.
Unfortunately, I don't think my quick thinking spec applies here.
Not to this one.
So we're only looking at 7 successes.
Jesus Christ.
Like a bitch.
You will gain net 1 conviction. And for the next 7 hours, Griggs will not be able to activate any supernatural abilities that require him to spend his supernatural resource, even though he is very clearly lost to the darkness inside of him. He just glowers at you, and he is the next to act. Goes to do something, and then looks around in confusion and anger and a flicker of fear, and then just decides to shove you.
That's fine, man. Get it out. But you know this is right.
He has 5 successes to shove you. He doesn't do any damage on this one. He's just getting you away from him, and you are just sent sprawling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What you feel is that though you have whatever inside you just welled up, feels similar to when you saw him in the apartment, feels similar to whatever overtook you on the rig out at Texas Tower 2. And even knowing that you have so brought him to balance, he is strong. Stronger than Griggs was in life. But then we will move to next in initiative. Pheia.
Pheia takes a couple steps back because she has no intention of interacting with this guy physically. But she will still continue to talk. Griggs, you need to come out of that and you need to make a better choice for yourself. Make your own choice about how your life is going to go now.
Life? What life? I don't have a life. That was made very fucking clear to me.
But he spent some time talking to you.
Can I try and coerce his more reasonable side forward?
If you had some sort of leverage, maybe. Just talking is probably not going to do it. Mm-hmm. But if you had some sort of... The stories that you know, like from fellow redeemers, are if you can, like, find what is keeping them here and leverage that, maybe you can talk them down. But when ghosts go dark... And there's a lot of argument on the forum about what the hell a rot is, but a lot of people are like, well, they're kind of ghosts, but not, they're zombies, whatever, they're dead.
Okay.
The angry dead, if you can find a way to leverage them out, you can sometimes, people claim they can pull them back from their dark sides, but the dark side always comes back. Rebecca, you're up.
Seeing that Pheia has moved herself back, Nat takes a few steps backwards automatically, keeping up with her more so out of the yank her out of reach instinct. She doesn't need to anymore, and she leans over, pitches her voice very quiet, and says, "You sure? No crazy ideas, no nothing? I was really hoping there was a way out of this one."
I mean, they exist. I just can't get to them. Not in time to save this guy.
It is what it is. And with that, Nat is seeking to activate an edge. Radiate. The system here is to roll stamina and mercy, difficulty 6. I'm going to bet 2 conviction. Alright, that'll be 4 successes. Anytime a supernatural creature attacks a radiating target, the difficulty of the attack is increased by 1 for each success achieved in your edge roll. The nature of the attack does not matter. Guns, claws, mystic attacks of any sort, all are impeded. For each success you score after the first, your character may also project his light to include 1 additional person within the aura. That person must be standing within mercy in yards of your character. I believe the only person right now is Pheia. The light.
Dallas might be too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to include Dallas in this if I can.
Yes, Dallas and Pheia are both within, your mercy is 6.
Yeah, yes.
They are both within 6 yards of you.
In that case, I would, if Pheia seems all right with it, attempt to hook my arm through her elbow to try and stay in range of both her and Dallas.
She does. She looks confused, but offers no resistance.
And as Nat hooks her arm through yours, pulls you closer, and makes sure to stand within range of this boiling conflict, a white light starts outpouring from her. This white light has this silvery edge to it like moonlight. Something pure, something real, something innocent. It's almost seems like a white flag. And I believe I gain 1 conviction.
For the successful roll, you gain net 1 conviction. As the white light radiates and sort of surrounds the 3 of you who are closest to Griggs, Griggs sort of shies away from it, like it is hard in his state to look at this light. It's not like a vampire, like he's not burned by it or turned by it. It's that it discomfits him in a way that makes it difficult to even focus, as his darker nature is just railing inside. John, you had pinpointed earlier, and you had gotten 12 successes?
That is correct.
So I'm going to give you a little bit extra here.
Sure. I love extra.
John, you first imbued when faced with a rot. You've spent a lot of time dealing with rots. They are something as a visionary you've noticed are becoming more and more common. Something is going on in the world, even in the last few months, that is causing the angry dead to rise. As you look at him, you notice something that you've never seen before. Maybe it's just luck, maybe it's circumstance, maybe it's providence that shows it to you in this moment. You activate your edge. You look to pinpoint Griggs, this rot standing in front of you, and as you do, you pinpoint him at the moment that his darker nature takes over. So you watch things that will hurt him, or I guess his lair, right?
Right.
Change in the moment that his darker nature takes over. Before it does, when you first look at him, the first thing that you see are impressions and images of an old watch, an infant child, an old Boston Red Sox jersey, things that are significant to Griggs. There's no layer, though. He doesn't really have a place. He's just a rot. And for just a second, you see his darker nature take over. And when his darker nature takes over, you get the impression of a layer or connection to something greater. It's hard to grasp in your mind even when you're looking at it, but it is like an endless black labyrinth. And it sort of fades. It's just in that moment, like that impression of it fades. It's not like Griggs is connected to there, but something in his darker nature is. You've been dealing with rots for a long time. You're not really looking for things that will kill them, right? Like fire and bullets, enough of that. Eventually, maybe they would come back, but the body would be destroyed.
Right.
That's enough to kill one. But for Griggs, the impressions specifically that you get are a baby, a jersey, and a watch. And as his darker nature comes into play, you see him switch, and there is that impression of connection to something dark and something hidden. You also see it switch the things that matter, the things that impact, the things that are a weakness or a strength. As the dark nature takes back over, you see Dallas's face as well. But it is your action.
Right. I'm going to bring down my thumb, which I was basically using to rangefinder him, which is my activation for pinpoint.
All right.
And I will draw my gun, or his gun specifically, and hit him hard.
You got a lot of vision, but not a lot of tolerance for the dead. So, fire. Making a ranged attack.
Remember, you have +2 dice.
And because he cannot currently activate any of his darker abilities, he will not get a defense.
Difficulty on this?
Normal 6, because he can't be doing tricks.
2 successes.
1 will roll over into damage.
Rifle's what, 7?
7.
1 damage.
The bullet hits Griggs, and he seems not to notice it. You see a piece of his, you hit him center mass.
Yep.
But a piece of his, you see a piece of his dead flesh blow out the back, but it's like he didn't even notice. I would like an honest answer from everybody at the table. Has anyone who here has been in a gunfight or around a gunfight?
I don't think I've operated the gun. I think I've been near the gunfights.
Not as an
Technically on the
operator.
rig, I guess?
Good point on the rig. So actually, all of you, I am not going to ask for any rolls then to maintain your nerve as a gun goes off. Todd, it is your action.
Todd stays steady. He's actually going to really be focused on fighting this guy from his flank. I'm going to look for the +1 die bonus for that.
You will get it.
And kind of very like steady, the weapon's raised, he exhales, he fires. I do have good night sight, so like very clear vision on him. Spending a point of willpower for an automatic success. I have a spec in shotguns.
Yeah, that applies.
So that's going to be 8 successes on my attack roll.
7 will roll over into damage.
Shotgun is base 8.
Shotgun is base 8.
I will hit him for 8 levels of lethal damage.
He gets to soak lethal. He will take 4 damage.
Okay.
As a big, now it's gotten his attention, as a big chunk goes flying.
I put a slug in him.
As there is meat and bone and coagulated blood that hits the dirt.
Steer clear of him.
That puts us back at the top of initiative. Dallas, you're up. You're on the ground, but nearby.
You know what? Dallas just scrambles back up to his feet and gets back into Griggs' face.
Damn it!
And just kicks him in the side of the knee. I'm not even kicking for damage.
No,
I'm kicking for
you're doing what he just
yep.
did, which is try and shove your ass to the ground.
I'm just kicking him to put him on the ground.
Maybe a fucking brawl. Actually, make me a contested strength brawl.
Love it. 4 successes.
He only has 1. He's got a big pool. He is strong. Dallas, you've been in fights before.
Oh yeah,
I forget. Do you have a brawl spec?
I do.
What is your brawl spec in?
Street fighting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He is a strong guy. You have been in fights with guys who were bigger than you before. Sometimes it's just about leverage. You hit him in the side of the knee, and he goes down.
Get down and accept your punishment. I'm sorry, Griggs, but this is what's gotta happen. Accept it.
Something weird happens in this moment. Griggs starts screaming and panicking and swatting at his jacket and his pants like he's seeing something that no one else can see. And when he's screaming, he's not screaming in that like voice and demeanor that lets you know the dark side is in control. He starts screaming as if he's Griggs. And he is scared. He is terrified. Something inside of him, given what is happening, seems to be delighting in Griggs's pain. For almost not noticing the shotgun or the burning, like he's trapped in a world he can't quite see. And he is suffering. Get him off me!
Dallas will try in this kind of like Scrabble together with Griggs. He'll grab hold of Griggs' hand. I'm with you, buddy. Just, I'm sorry. And will hold his hand while he kind of sits there on the ground, swatting at himself.
He will take no combat actions, but I want you to take a point of bashing damage as his grip crushes your palm.
Question. Can I activate the sight and do a talking action?
Activating the sight is reflexive.
Okay. Is there a cost for it?
You have to spend a conviction to activate the sight.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do that.
And those of us that previously had the sight open, it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
The sight lasts for a scene. Pheia, you activate the second sight. Spend your conviction.
Mm-hmm.
You are certain in that moment nothing is affecting your mind. You are protected. You can see the truth in things. As soon as the sight goes up, that sense of monster, that sense of wrongness when you see something is immediately present with Griggs, which you knew. What is either reassuring or not reassuring, that is up to you, is there is also no illusion, nothing hidden, nothing crawling on Griggs that you can't see. There's a certainty for you, Redeemer, in this moment that whatever darker half was controlling Griggs maybe is more cunning than the regular Griggs, has decided instead of like, I'm going to fight, might see a losing battle, and is just hurting Griggs on the way out. That anything that is happening to him is in his own mind. But that does not make it necessarily less real for him. He could use some comfort in these moments, and Dallas is trying. Pheia, it is reflexive to activate the sight. You have this knowledge now. What would you like to do on your turn?
Pheia doesn't get closer. If this is a cunning dark side, we're going to let it be a cunning dark side from a distance. But she gentles her voice. Griggs, it's okay to be scared. It's all right. You're you. You don't have to leave this world as what this thing wants you to be. You can be you. It's okay. If you're scared, you're you. It's okay. Feel Dallas's hand. You are here. You're with us. We'll help you make it better.
It's where it wants me to go. It's when I'm gone. Please. I don't want to go there. I don't want to be here. Please.
We're not going to let you stay there, buddy. It's going to be okay. You're going to be you.
Nat.
Am I under the impression that he's able to see the radiate?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. For certain.
Nat takes a deep breath, just looking tired and regretful. The horror of what's going on, the grit to Dallas already having to do all of this. And she indicates to Pheia that she'd like to kneel down and get a little bit more at Griggs's level. Not really get much closer, but just place themselves where he can see them.
Pheia goes along with it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry it went this way. I was hoping we'd find something different. I really was. But for you, please just know. Your family's safe. Your baby's safe. And you go into something better. I really believe that. And she's hoping that saying these things, two comforting faces, the presence of a white light, that it might be a source of hope.
Don't let me near him. Don't let me get it. He's like rolling through so many, like almost like his voices are changing. Like he is at war with himself inside as this is happening, and just flips. Please, I just want to be okay. They fucking did this to me. Dallas, please don't. You gotta get. They did this. The fucking sharks, man. I don't know what's going. No, they fucking deserve this. And it goes back and forth with the two of you, with the three of you there, talking to him, constantly being there, being a presence. He is not lashing out physically. It's more that he's fighting himself. He is afraid. He is gleeful. He is hateful. He is a concerned parent. He is all these things at once, flickering back and forth.
Whenever possible, Pheia just reminds him to focus on Dallas's hand.
Dallas, stay close to me, all right? See this light?
John.
Gonna shoot him again. Seems like the optimal move.
Reminder that point blank, you are at -2 difficulty.
Yeah, I'm not getting that close.
I'm just saying.
That'll be 6 successes.
5 will carry over into damage.
4 damage.
He will soak 5 as the rifle bullets continue to impact him, but there is I mean, you know for a fact, rots are hard to put down.
Yep.
Todd.
Close enough to point blank.
Okay.
I will spend another willpower. 7 successes to hit.
6 will carry over into damage.
Oh.
He will soak 3.
3. So he soaks all of it.
He soaks all of it. Just shotgun blast rips into him. Dallas, you are holding on to him. You can feel the impact. What I will let you know is now that we've gone to a new round, as he is being shot repeatedly here, you can feel him about to try and tear off your arm as whatever thing is inside of him is going for one last, like, go take some of you fuckers with me. But you have an action first.
Dallas is going to yank him forward as he stands up, causing him to kind of sprawl forward onto the ground in front of him, and will just pull up a boot and just stomp his head into the ground.
Roll me roll.
Would you like this to be a called strike?
If you were going for the head, yes.
Let's go ahead and do that then.
All right.
So that's +2.
+2 diff for the head, I believe.
I'll spend a point of willpower on this. 7 successes.
Jesus. That's a lot. For a cold shot to the head like this, I'm going to say you can roll as lethal damage.
Okay. So it's strength +6.
Strength +6.
6 lethal.
He will soak 0. As his head, as you did 4 before, 4 + 6 is 10. His head squashes like a fucking pumpkin on the dirt as you crush his skull in. And he stops moving.
Dallas kind of paces back for a second, kind of going back and forth between the body of his friend and just like stomping away. Not sure if he wants to like stomp again or if he just wants to storm off. Finally just lets out just like a fuck and starts walking away from the whole scene.
2 things. Pheia, you have the sight up when this happens. You know he is gone. There will be no horror movie jump scare. He is gone. Now, the sight does not allow you to see any other realms. It's very grounded in the real.
Yep.
You, more than anyone else right now, know that it's over. 2, I need everyone to roll me willpower, not to manifest a derangement from how fucking horrible this was.
Are we able to
If
spend?
you have steel, you may spend a willpower, or if you have steel nerves, you may spend a point of steel nerves.
2 successes on willpower.
I'll be
Point of steel nerves is spent for Dallas.
Nat will spend a point of steel nerves.
I'll spend a point of willpower.
What's the difficulty?
It is 6. Unfortunately, when it comes to the hunt, this is pretty middle of the road for horror.
7 successes.
No one will be manifesting a derangement from watching a pleading, screaming corpse man's head get pumpkined in the swamps of northern Rhode Island. And everything is quiet. Todd, you are a defender. Couple of gunshots out here. Probably hunters, even if it's illegal. It's pretty common. Several gunshots in a row. Y'all might want to think about getting out of here in the next 5 to 10.
I walk over to the body, and the first thing I do, because it's like a rule, is I put a slug in the body. After taking the shot, I call it, hey, you don't want to go too far. We just made a lot of noise here. We've got to go.
Where are we putting him?
Hey, what is going on? Who is this guy? And I kind of like gesture towards the judge that stormed off.
Yeah, he knew him beforehand.
We got to get him out of here now.
Pheia will step up to try and help. Where are we putting him then? Are we just leaving this guy here, or are we tossing him in the swamp?
Dallas comes back with a lit,
I'll take care of that.
Morley light in his mouth. I'm Dallas. This is my buddy Griggs.
I'm sorry about your friend, Dallas.
I feel like this is not the first time any of us have gone through this.
Doesn't make it easy.
It's not, but
It's
Thank
not.
you.
Rob, I'm going to maneuver this guy to, like, let nature kind of take its course on the body.
Pheia will help.
I will collect our brass.
We will work as a team
Yep.
to put Griggs into his watery grave.
As the light is fading from Nat, she looks over to Dallas. Is there anything quick you want to do for him?
Anything quick? No. I think I'm going to be looking after his family for the rest of my life, though.
I just don't want to forget to ask this question, but he said sharks?
Yeah, we'll
we
fill
should
you
go,
in.
but I have questions.
We got answers.
The site says he's gone. As an aside, he's gone.
Okay. We should go.
I'm sorry, Dallas.
Yeah, me too.
And in 2 separate cars, the group of you drive off.
Path of Night, Brine and Blood is an actual play Hunter the Reckoning podcast set in the world of darkness. Dallas McCoppin was played by Garrett Gabbey. John Spencer was played by Tim Davis. Pheia Quinn was played by Erika Webb. Nat Chowdhurani was played by Rebecca Steigelfest. Todd Keating was played by Lex Lopez. Your storyteller was Rob Muirhead. This episode edited by Rob Muirhead. The theme music used in this episode was Sadness Room by Dennis Goncharov. Find their music online at pixabay.com. Character art by Jay Steele. Find more of their work at Steele Art on Bluesky. Brine and Blood uses the revised edition of Hunter the Reckoning with a few limited house rules. Hunter the Reckoning and the World of Darkness are owned by Paradox Interactive. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/pathofnight. You can help support the show at ko-fi.com/pathofnight. And you can find us at Path of Night Podcast on Bluesky, Twitter, and Facebook. Or email us at pathofnightpodcast@gmail.com. Take back the Night Hunters.
And I will drive off and head towards.
When you said you were good at tying knots, all I could think was fucking Captain Tying Knots. Walk you to the walkway. Fuck you.
Fuck
Fuck
you.
you.
Fuck you.
No way, Jose.
Go ahead.
I will now proceed to drive us to the cranberry bog of which they have informed us which one they're going to. Or not a cranberry bog. Did they just say the wood swamp? Swamp.
said swamp.
Sorry. They got talking about cranberry bogs and
You know the swamp in Rhode Island?
you mean all the northern part?
Yeah, I'm going to that one.
It's not that big a state.
Good luck fighting me.
Rhode Island swamps. Are those places haunted?
Everywhere's haunted in New England.
This is going to be a shit show.
What are the fucking weird spirits in the Rhode Island swamps? There's actually
Yeah, there is.
Like folklore shit, yeah.
Bullwuggies or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yep. Bullywogs? No.
No, I think
Something
those
like that.
are D&D creature.
Yeah, but they're based on stuff.
Something, yeah.
Something like that. Anyway.
Wuggy bulls? Bullwuggies?
The spirit of Wright's family farm comes to... All right. Dallas, Nat, you're giggling in the car.